Hey everyone, welcome to today's quick tip. Today I'm going to show you how to add images into charts and into different tooltips or labels within your visualization. So let's jump right in. Right here I have an Airbnb analysis where I have all kinds of different listings across the Boston area. When I select some data, it's going to give me information about the listing as well as a picture here. I can also add pictures into the map visualization. So let me just go ahead and start showing you that. So I can go to my properties and I can go to layers, and in my marker layer I can go ahead and add a label, and here I'll choose the URL that I want to show, and by default it'll show you this as a text. So it'll look a little bit like this with all of these different links everywhere. Now this is pretty busy. I only want this for my marked rows, and I want to show this as an image from the URL. So if I just click image from URL, there we go. And I can actually change the size of this as well if I want to see this bigger or smaller. So now as I click different locations, I can see that, that listing image as well. The other thing is adding it into something like this. Now, there's an easy way to do this. It's a lot simpler with a table visualization, and there's maybe a better way to do this with a text area. I'm just going to show you the table visualization version right now. So what you would do is you create a table, and so this is all the data in my analysis. And I have these different URLs here. So you see this thumbnail URL here. I can go into the properties of this table. Let's go into columns. Let's look at the medium URL. And I'll select this. And for renderer, instead of link, I'll use image from URL. And that puts that image in there. Let's go ahead and remove everything else. Let's just focus on just this image. Okay, so now I have this medium URL, and I can change the size of this by going to like data row height. Oops, sorry, that's the header. I can go to the data row height down here, and I can change the size of this. Now this is just the vertical height, so there's a big space there. All I need to do is expand out my horizontal width, and now I have a whole image right there. Now, if this is limited by marking, so if I go to data and I see my markings, I'll change this to be no marking. I'll limit it by marking 2. And if nothing's shown, I'll just say, show an empty visualization. So now when I select something, it's only going to show the selection I have. And that's how I set up this. This is just a table visualization. Below this is a text area, and these are 2 more text areas. Now, one other thing you should note is you can actually show this in other charts as well. So if you want to show this, for instance, in a scatter plot, and I have all of my data here, I can do the same thing where I put my labels. I'll do my medium URL, and I'll do just the marked rows, and I'll show it as an image from URL. And now when I click something, I can get those images right there into my scatter plot as well. Now, one thing I need to point out is that your administrator may have restricted the URLs that you can show, the URLs that you can access from Spotfire for security reasons. So what your administrator might have to do is go into Tools and Administration Manager, and here they'll be able to see different preferences for different user groups. They can go to everyone, or they can go to just your department or just your user group or even just your username, and they can change the application preferences. So they go to Application and Application Preferences, and towards the bottom here you'll see Use Whitelist for allowed URIs. And if you change this to false, that means a whitelist won't be used. A whitelist is just a list of allowed values. And so if this is set to false, then it'll allow everything, or you can say use whitelist. This is the whitelist for allowed URIs. So if you just want a limited number of URLs, URIs that are shown, you can have it added here. So check with your administrator if this isn't working and see if they can add this to your application preferences. All right, guys, thanks for joining today, and we'll see you next time. Bye.